do it for me, please.
Hello, hello, hello. I excuse me for whatever may have been seen during stream starting soon. I was messing around trying to put on Spotify, and I embarrassed myself a little bit, but that's okay. Hello. Today I will be working more on this model that I have been drawing, ready for rig. Actually, right now, as I'm speaking, I'm starting to notice this shoe looks a little too big, and that's annoying me. So let me see what I can. Let me see what I can do about that. Mm. Am I able to grab it all at once? I wanna. This is gonna be annoying to rig. I'm not sure. I'm kind of curious how much of the rigging process I will actually stream. I would like to stream a lot of it, as much as I can. Um, but it's stressful and pretty intensive on the laptop. On the laptop. So, we're gonna have to see. So, anyways, hello, welcome. Um, I apologize for any poor audio. I have two fans going at once, with one of them oscillating, so it's gonna be pretty inconsistent. But that's okay, it's warm and I need my fans. Today's hydration will be a mixture of gasosa and birch beer, because it's what was in the fridge. So yes, that's me welcoming to stream. I'm going to figure out where I want to start. Because this is going to be... the hair and skin is going to be really stressful, so I'm imagining I'll want to render the clothes first. I'll start with the hat for now, because that's small and approachable. I know I want the crown to be, like, shiny. I want it to have shining physics moving side to side, so that's going to be... yeah, that's going to be a whole thing. But that's okay. That's what I'm here for. And that's going to be in the head folder. Let me see. I'm turning everything in the head off because this is really stressful. There's so many layers to account for. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. I can do this. I'm gonna be big about it. Okay. Hat shiny is going to be an adventure. I also figured out how to use the fill tool, so that is very nice and very helpful. Okay. I'll start with this shiny portion and see. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I'll see how I want to render this. I'll get there when I get there. Okay, so announcements time. Yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yes, it was yesterday. Yesterday was my 1 year on testosterone anniversary. Woohoo! Yay! You can hear in my woohoo how much I cannot woohoo anymore. I have lost so many high range notes and not gained too many low range notes, which can be sad. But I'm very happy. I have nothing to complain about. I'm so happy. Tea has just made my life so much better. So that's exciting. I'm saying this because I am going to be having a pre and post testosterone cover come out pretty soon. I still am yet to commission the instrumental because I don't want to make it myself. It's too difficult. I tried and I just couldn't get myself to. So it's going to take a bit to come out because I do have yet to commission someone. But I just reached out to an instrumentalist I really like today to see if they would be open to it. But that was literally like 30 minutes ago, so no response yet, which is alright. That was on me. Oh, is this too big? There we go. I don't know how to render gold. I saw someone on a TikTok live the other day rendering gold, and I was like, that is black magic. I don't know what you're doing. Okay, it needs to be less... Oh, goodness, this is a little scary. Okay. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what and how I'm doing. Ugh. Scary. Ugh. Little bit nerve-wracking. This is like a very low pressure situation. I don't know what I'm getting all worked up about. But right before stream, stupidly, I decided to re-listen to the first half of my pre and post tea duet. I was like, oh, I just remembered this exists, and since I just hit 1 year, it's time for me to cover it soon. And I'm glad I waited the whole year. It was tempting around month 7, because I was like, oh man, I guess my voice isn't gonna go down anymore. But actually, my voice went down a little bit more in my 11th and 12th month, so honestly, I'm glad that I waited, and I think now it sounds better than it would have at month 7. So I'm really looking forward to finishing it. It's just that I tried to sing the second portion of the duet today. Within the single first line, I burst into tears. It was too much. It's a lot. It's a lot. I wasn't expecting that. I really thought it was just like, oh yeah, it's just a love song that it's a cover of a Korean song, and I wrote the trans lyrics for it. And I was like, oh, it's just like a cutesy little love song. But the lyrics hit so hard as soon as they left my mouth. I just burst into tears. I couldn't do it. And I wish I'd recorded it. I thought that would have been really sweet, like, you know, just like additional recording to have, maybe unlisted. But I didn't have it recorded because I was just like, oh, how silly would it be if before stream I checked out this cover that I did a long time ago. Wrong. Very emotional. Did cry. Okay. Oops. Okay, I think this is it for the color of the crown. I just need to do the line art, and then I'll make a little shiny overlay for it. I need to figure out how to do line art coloring a little better, because this is like Like, this is fine, but I think if I could do line art coloring differently, I could really step up my artwork. I know a lot of the time when people do like line clipping, they color the inside of the lines and leave the outside ones black to add definition, like to leave it as defined as possible. But I don't think I like that. Like, it looks really cool and I like it as a form of line clipping, but I don't think it fits with my style. So I don't know what I'm going to do to step up my line clipping game, but you know what? We are chilling. We are chillaxing right now. Okay. And now for a little shiny mask layer. Let's... Oh, goodness. Glare. We got glare on this crown. That's... Yeah. And... I don't know how appropriate this is. This might be kind of weird. I don't know if this works for what I'm going for. Oh, this one is not at the right angle though, so I can... Yeah, that's better. I don't... You know what? These ones aren't at the right angle either. I'm just gonna delete the whole layer. Oops. This is difficult. Really, really is it difficult? Oh, I got this. I got this. I can do this. I think I'm wanting to shift these over a bit. These aren't... Ooh, this one is... It's at the right angle for where it is. Ugh. Okay, I'm having an issue balancing the slant degree. That is causing me distress. I need these to be taller, but not wider. Is this going to be an issue? I got this. This is fine. This is fine. And this one, if I unclip it, is going to do the same thing. Draw it out. Just change the angle and call it good. It's not, this is one of those details, it's like if it's even a little bit off, I'll be able to tell. So how am I going to, like, oh goodness. Okay, there's something weird about the coloration. Yeah, there's something weird, which might just be the brush I used for this part. So I'm going to just retry and use a different brush. What brush do I... What? Whoa. Weird. That's cool. I'm still exploring with brushes. I don't know all of them yet. I'm gonna use this one because it's really straightforward. Yeah. That's all I want. I need like a harsh lighting on this and give it just a little bit of flash. Make it fancy. I'm gonna give it a lighter yellow though. It's almost white. But I hate drawing. I just cannot use like absolute colors. One moment. Okay. Yep. Okay. Also, I heavy exhale a lot. Ignore it if that happens. It means literally nothing. It just means I bind every day of my life. I didn't notice until, like, sometimes people pointed out, they're like, are you good? And I forget that I exhale heavily, like, once every 5 minutes. It's just because I don't breathe very well. My bad. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to want to do the physics on this, because this might not be a large enough texture. I don't know how opaque I want it to be also. I might want to turn down this little gradient shine. I don't know. This is really stressful, actually. I think I'm going to want to look at how some, like, the shiny material I'm thinking of that this is. It's, like, almost holographic, but I'm not sure how to describe what I'm thinking this material is. But, like, there's a specific material in my mind that I'm thinking it's like a shiny fabric. Boo, hello, Yukon, welcome. It's good to see you, good to hear from you. What's good, buddy? I don't know how I'm gonna want these shines to move. Okay, so I'm gonna do hat, shine, excuse me. The really nice thing about Live 2D is you can make something look really cool, but the bad thing about that, um, the bad thing about that is sometimes I can't decide if I want to study and see how it would move realistically so that I can emulate a realistic shiny material in Live 2D and push my skills, or do I just want it to look cool and flashy for funsies? Don't know. Very difficult. Although, I won't lie, I really just, like, don't want to work on this at all. Like, I'm getting lazy, I'm getting tired. It's not like I don't want to give up, because I can't give up. It's just, this is too difficult. And now I'm getting lazy. It's difficult. I don't want to do it anymore. Okay, I did the crown, though. I can work on the hat, and it'll be a little bit easier to color now that I can use the fill tool. And I'm going to turn off the hat rings. Just do the back of the hat first. And the color of the hat. Is this a little blue? That's a blue tint. I typically don't do blue blacks. I typically do brown blacks. So this is a little weird, but I know why I did that. I know it's because the rest of his colors are blue, so I'm not, like, upset with myself. I'm just, ugh. I don't like working with blue blacks. I never know what to do. Okay. Okay, the line art of this, I think I'm gonna have to do, like, a pure... I hate pure black and pure white. Ugh, I'm gonna make the line art... Yeah. I'm gonna make the line art almost black for now, and then if I have to make it pure black, fine, I guess. Okay. But onto the shading, and I'm going to continue working with like painterly brushes, because I would like to generally shift my art in a more painterly color brush though. For now, shading. I see that this hat is, like, shaped asymmetrically, and that's annoying me. I don't feel like fixing that right now. I'll fix it in a minute. I'll use mesh deforming. Because I don't want to, I'm just simply not redoing any line art. I'm not doing it. I'm not. Okay. I don't think I have to do much blending on the shading there. I mean, okay. I don't know. This is really weird. This is really weird. I don't know what to do. This is just, like, typical, like, baseball hat material, I'm thinking. I don't know how to shade that. Because I'm working on improving my, like, shading variance skills to show different materials. But I don't know for this. I don't know for this. I've shaded all kinds of materials before. I just was never very specific, you know? I feel like some hardish lines and some mild watercolor blending, like in the middle it's a little bit blended, and on the sides it's harsh. Like, I like the mixture of blending thoroughness. Let me see. Okay, I'm not sure. This is really strange. I think in terms of blending, I would be focusing more on the lighting. I think the shading is a little bit, yeah. But this has to be blended. That is not. I'm gonna just use this layer and blend it in. Boop. I actually don't even know how to describe what I'm doing or explain anything. Sorry. I'm like essentially talking to myself. I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to explain what I'm doing in any given moment. I don't even know what I am doing in any given moment, so your guess is as good as mine. Okay. I'm gonna leave this for now, and if I ever need to redo it, that's, happens. But I am going to take this moment to edit this a little bit, give it some mesh. And this is like essentially all Live 2D is. When you move something, when you rig it, it's all mesh deformers. Well, not all, but like all I'm doing is a little bit of Live 2D in the drawing phase. I can't tell though how good it looks through, like it looks choppy in the editor, so I couldn't tell if it's what I wanted or not. And it also, editing stuff via mesh makes it ugly. So I try not to do it too much, but there comes a point when you're working on Live 2D art and you are simply not going to do any more line art. I can clean this up a little bit though, just to make it a little cleaner. Now give me this line art color that I have chosen, this almost black blue. Yeah, I need a little bit of cleaning up. Which is not ideal, but better than redrawing the line art. Even though it would have been like 10 times easier to redraw the line art before I did the color, so I was just being lazy. Which is like, by the way, anyone interested in Live 2D who's watching, you can't afford to be lazy with Live 2D. Do not take advice from me. Do not be you can't afford to be lazy in Live 2D. I'm only getting lazy because I've been working on this model for months and I simply don't want to anymore. But I have to stay committed. Commitment matters to me. It's very, very important to me. It's a big important to me. So I'm going to finish it, and it's still going to be good practice in Live 2D, even though I hate it right now. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to name this Hat Main. And oh, it's imperfect. It's imperfect, but I'm leaving it. I'm not. It's done. I'm not doing this anymore. Next is this Hat Main segment. And I don't know if I'm going to want like a little shadow from the ring. Ugh. Just by saying it, I've cursed myself by needing to put a shadow. Okay. I'm going to edit this line art a little bit. There's a little pixel sticking out. It's annoying me. It's stuff like that that literally won't even show up in the Live 2D program because a lot of the lines get softened and it just becomes like one cohesive image. But it's gonna bother me if I know there's a little pixel sticking out in the line art, so unfortunately can't be helped. Okay. Oh. Okay. Hold on, I'm softening right now. Okay. Now, coloring for this hat bit in front. I don't know what to... What do I... Oh, this is little uncharted territory right now. Uncharted territory. I'm going to do I'm going to do like a general shadow in that area instead of a reactive one to the hat ring. I just don't think that's necessary. Like, it's nice to have bells and whistles on your model. It really, really does hike up the general, like, look and effect. And it becomes a lot more engaging. It's good to have a model with lots of little special secrets in it. But there's some things where it's genuinely not necessary, and I feel like adding a certain bell and whistle might take away more than add. Like, I could add a specific shadow for that, but I think it would be a little bit distracting. Not in a particularly bad way. Like, if I had decided I wanted to go through with that, it wouldn't have taken anything away, but I just don't think it's the right decision. I think this is a good look right here. I'm gonna shade a little bit, though, on the underside. I don't know if this is appropriate. I don't know if this is... Oh, I hope that looks alright. I can't be totally sure though. I haven't shaded a fabric like this before. I'm going to leave it like that, so it's not my problem anymore. There we go. Fabulous. And the hat is complete. That's awesome, isn't it? Keeping in track with micro beginning, going to do the shoe next, because that's a little teensy little bit that I can do. Okay. Shoe colors. Okay. I like the shoe colors. I did a good job coloring the shoes, and that's a pat on the back to myself. Okay. I think this is the same color as the hat. Or a similar one. Because I know I like to... Oh, almost. Okay. I like to use a lot of the same colors to keep the image, you know, color theorying and all that. When I was younger, I would refuse to use the same color twice in one design because I was like, that's unrealistic. In real life, if you take a photo, you'll never find the same color twice in the image, which is like true for photography, but it's so distracting to have a design where every single item is a slightly different shade. I don't know. That's just dumb. It's not dumb. If someone else likes to do their stuff like that and it looks good, fine. But it didn't look good when I did it. So, okay. I changed up the shoe design a little bit to make a little more sense, I think. Right? Is that what I've done? I think that's vaguely what I've done. What have I... Okay, fine. Okay, I'm going to say the sole and this little, like, extra flap of fabric here are the same color. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And I'm going to bring back the rest of the head. Save. And back. Okay. Body. Lower body. Shoe. All of these folders is a nightmare. Needing to be organized for Live 2D is a nightmare. Also, I need to... First of all, I'm going to redo all the lines on the shoe. Because they are brown-black instead of blue-black like I think they should be. Okay. But I also want to rework some of the line art here. I don't think looks very good, so... Nope. Okay. Okay, let me see. I chose to cut the sole a little weirdly. I hope that works out, but I think that's gonna be just a little bit of personal exploration there. This bit on top is what I want to edit first. Okay, I think I was going with like 3 pixels, which is ridiculous and very unlike me, but 3 pixels it is. I typically, for most of my normal drawings, in my typical style at least, I do 6 pickles. 6 pickle line art! Sorry, that was really funny to me for no reason. Typically I do 6 pixel line art, like 6.03 or whatever the default is when I try to scroll over to 6. I let Krita decide for me. But typically I do like 6 to 7 pixel line art. I'm not super familiar with 3, but I remember when I was starting this model, I was like, one of my, like, ambitions is I want the line art to be more subtle, because I feel like that's just seen in more professional artwork, and it doesn't affect my style in the way that, like, my shading is really characteristic to the way my style has developed over the past, like, 6-7 years. So, I don't know, it's a lot to consider, but I think, like, 3 pixel line art is ridiculous, but, like, okay. If I thought that was where I was going, okay. It's not like I can go back now, because I've done the whole model line art like that. This model is so inconvenient and annoying, but I know this is a goal of mine, and I have to commit. I need it done. Get her done. Okay. Is that... It's still, like, too wide. Or is it... Yeah, no? Okay, fine. I guess it's fine. I'll leave it like that. Okay. And this one back here. Line art a little consistent right there. There is something else I saw. Yes, up here. Okay. Awesome. I'm going to color the shoe now, and then I'm going to take a very quick break. Actually, I can't confirm how quick it'll be, but I'm going to take a quick break after I color the shoe. I don't know what the coloring is going to look like. I know I kind of want like a little shadow in between. I'm just going to turn off these ones because they're going to distract me. And the color I wanted for the sole, let me pick that up again because I got distracted. Hey, come back here. And this is what I want. Okay. What's wrong? Oh, I didn't use a layer, my bad. And up here, I saw another line inconsistency. Here we are. I'm not sure, honestly, I don't even know how much shading I'm gonna put on that. Like, it's dark enough, you know? Like, what am I gonna do? I need to see it in conjecture with the other part of the sole. So, I guess, I suppose we'll get there when we get there. Go, oh, I was on a race. I'm a little silly like that. Okay. Okay, I have an idea of, like, a vague shading I can do just to step it up a little bit, but let me... yeah. Okay, so if I take a slightly darker, very slightly darker shade, I'm going to make this a little less opaque just so that I can see what I'm doing as I work with this upper layer. But I'm thinking I shade the entire, like, unseen part of it, and then have just a little shadow peeking out. I think that, honestly, it just kind of steps up the dynamic of it without overbearingly, like... because there's not much to do with the sole. There's not much you can do to really... I could do, like, really small little... I could do, like, little divots. But I think it's a little too busy that way. I kind of like how it is now. Let me see what it looks like full opacity. Is it too busy if I add these little divots? I don't actually know. I feel like it just adds a little... I think I'll go with this for now, and if I want to take them away, I can do so easily later. Like, one thing about doing models is it's a whole lot of layers, but because they're all contained to each specific object, and that's a 7-pixel line right there, so that's what I can emulate with this next one. I'm going to go down and sole back L. Awesome. Because it's all contained to each individual object, it's no major loss if you have to like redraw something, if you have to redo any line art, it's not as inconvenient as if it was like one big cohesive image. It's still not ideal to have to edit something in a model because it's tricky when the line art is already combined or it's already like heavily rendered in one area because everything is its own isolated texture. Ugh, it's just a lot. It's just complicated. I don't like the angle that the sole is at. I simply do not appreciate that angle. I'm gonna have to edit that. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to edit that. I don't know how to space them. I don't want to use anything like a literal, like, mathematical line. You know, I don't want to, like, do something... like, I want it to look human-made. In a weird way, like, something nice about models is if you can tell it's human-made, not because there are mistakes, but because there are, like, just little aspects of freehand liveliness. It's weird, because, like, I want it to be corporately perfect in a way. Like, I want people to see my models and think, like, oh, this person knows what they're doing. And is familiar with live 2D art and, like, industry standard for this kind of artwork, for this kind of product. Like, I objectively want my art to be better in that way. One moment. Text from the Mammalia. Okay. I want it to look professional, but there's a sense of, like, painterly freehandedness that I really value. Okay, the shadow on this end kind of has drawn it up a bit. I'm going to see If I take this color, if I can undo a little bit of that. Okay, I'm gonna need a little more opacity there. It doesn't look consistent with the rest of them. This is annoying me! This is annoying me. Okay. It's gonna look a little inconsistent, but you know what? It's part of that authentic, painterly free-handedness that I love. I think this is acceptable and appropriate. I don't know how to describe. There's just something different about something that you can tell is man-made, but is still, you know, in a weird way, perfect. You know, like, how do you quantify industry standard? I don't really know. And I don't want to hold myself to something like an industry standard. I just think that's not fair. Because I'm just a little guy. I'm just a kid. Although I've been practicing Live 2D since I was 15. That's 4 years. Isn't that crazy? I just wish that I could step up my skills. And I think, unfortunately, what my skills are most lacking in is art. Considering Live 2D stuff. Let me see. This line is uneven. I don't like it. Although my rigging is also still quite far behind industry standard. I want to improve both equally and very much. So it's just a long process, and my art is what's in most need of help right now. Although after I finish this model, I am 100% most certainly going to need to take a long break from model drawing. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time rigging this one, and I'm sure it will be a similarly long process, although probably a bit shorter. Like, I have a lot of resistance to this because working on improving my art is much more strenuous to me than working on improving my rigging, because rigging is a much more technical skill, whereas art is subjective, and I am just not where I want to be in that aspect yet. So it's just a lot. And really, really frustrating and exhausting. Like, working on this model in any capacity makes me exhausted and frustrated. But I'm not upset. Like, it's important to me that I continue working on it. I actively want to, even though I don't want to. Like, I want to. You know? You know? Oh, I forgot to rename it. Soul Front L. There's so many pieces. I need to count how many layers I have once I finish rendering and combining everything that needs to be rendered and combined. I need to turn off the pants. Alas. Okay. And I wanted... Oh no, I combined the soul without putting the opacity back. I'm just gonna... Yeah, this is not a professional way to do that, but... Yeah. That was not a professional way to do that. Although now I can see I made a mistake that I can clean up. There we go. Look at that. Fabulous. Sometimes you do the unprofessional thing. Leave your lines looking a little jankily perfect. Upsetting. I'm moving on. I know where I am. I know how to value my artwork right now, and what I need right now is to keep working on improving what I know needs improvement. Okay. There's a couple different colors going on in this part of the shoe, so I'm going to have to do a couple different... Yeah. It's more neutral color. Oh, this is the color of the hat. The sole was a bit darker. Interesting. I'm intrigued with the color choices I made. I'm not gonna talk myself up or down. I just think I made some choices. Okay. Okay. It's gonna take a little bit of working, but I believe in me. Oh gosh, I don't even want to think about... Oh, I don't even want to think about moving on from the shoe, because I'm taking out the easy stuff now. Also, I want to change the line art again. I'm taking out all the easy stuff now, but then I have to move on to the hard stuff, and I really, really don't want to. There's so many little empty corners that I missed. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, I didn't put it on clipping. That scared me a little bit. I was like, what have I done wrong? Am I drawing on the wrong layer? Drawing on the wrong layer is a terror that I wish upon no one. None of my enemies deserve that. Okay, I need to turn the pants leg back on. Not this one. This one. I know it's more professional to have the shadows separate from the actual texture, because then you can manipulate it better in connection with the pants, but I don't think that's necessary for this part. There's some parts where I like the shadow being in place, and it can still be manipulated to, like, make sense. It's just, like, I don't think it would be super necessary right now for me to separate. I'm not trying to be lazy. There's some things that I'm definitely going to be lazy about. There's some things that I'm going to be a freak about and work until it's perfect and go above and beyond and do the hard way instead of... Because, like, a lot of Live 2D is work smarter, not harder. There's some things I'm definitely not going to work harder on because I'm going to be like, it needs to be perfect. I don't want to make it perfect. This is just one of those things I really don't think it's necessary. Although, I'm noticing an inconsistency in the line art right now, and that's annoying me. But I think I'm going to fix that after I render. Yippee! And then I might go just slightly lighter on the middle here, but I don't want anything crazy noticeable. Yeah, this is fair. I did not do that on the right layer, so to speak, but I think it's fine. I think that's fine. Oh. Okay, well, that's an issue. Good thing I caught that. Okay. And here we are. Yes, okay, got it. Just gonna go a little bit darker. Nothing crazy on this one either. Yeah, nothing crazy. This is fair. This is appropriate, I believe. In my humble opinion. I'm actually the least humble person. I'm just a little guy. I remember being told in senior year of high school by my math teacher. He said something like, you have a very special skill, and it's being able to make yourself laugh. And I was like, you know what? It's because I'm funny, and it is a special skill. I make myself laugh all the time because every joke I make is funny, and it makes me laugh because I'm funny. I'm so funny, and it makes me laugh. I'm not always the most... what is it? Funny, like, under pressure in public, but, like, I make myself laugh, and my brain is literally like my own entertainment service, and it makes me laugh, but it's kind of embarrassing, because, like, I'll laugh at a funny thought I had, and someone will ask what it was, and I'll have either forgotten, or it, like, wouldn't be funny if translated into real life words, and not Princey brain words. Like, it's frustrating, because I know I'm funny, and I make myself laugh because I'm absolutely hilarious. Doesn't always work that way socially, but I'm extremely funny. I make myself laugh all the time, and it's a great skill to have. I love making myself laugh because I'm actually hilarious. Let me check something. Yeah! I had jury duty tomorrow and it got canceled. Let's go! It was gonna be my first ever jury duty. Hold on, I need to move around some stuff in my schedule now because of that. Hold on. It was gonna be my first ever jury duty, which it was just frustrating that I had to move stuff around in my schedule for it to, like, you don't even know if you have to go until literally the night before, and that's really just inconvenient. Just annoying, just frustrating, but it's canceled, so I have a little bit more free time now. Let me see what else I can do. Yeah, I'm all good. Schedule is set. Fabulous. Let me open my stream back up. Here we are, back at the shoe. This is a little, it looks boring. Like, I know there's gonna be skulls on it, but I feel like it's, like, lacking. There's just not a lot going on here. I don't know, I'll think about if I want to alter the design. So my music is lagging out a little bit. Y'all hear that? Is that an issue? I don't know. I'm gonna have to be a little careful around these straps, these side straps. I put them on the same layer because they're the same color, which is fine. I'm not, like, opposed to that choice I made. Just gonna have to work around it. So, like, I made that choice because I thought it would still be appropriate for coloring. And it's fine. It's really not causing me any issue. It's just gonna work around it. I know I'm putting the skulls here. I think I'm just gonna duplicate them and turn them into shadows instead of trying to, like, draw them. Especially because I want to space them specifically once I'm in the Live 2D program. This is a matter of, I want to put lighting on it, because this top face of the shoe would, of course, be brighter. Something that's tripping me up a lot about Live 2D art that I've been trying to, like, focus on recently is that a lot of the time you'll notice in Live 2D art, a lot of stuff is, like, one uniform color, because otherwise, like, there will be color conflicts. Like, if you shade something too heavily, there will be color conflicts where one texture, one object meets another that is meant to be part of the same thing. Like, for example, where the shoulder of the chest piece meets the sleeve. If the shoulder is too heavily shaded, it won't match up well with the sleeve. I'm trying to think of how I can do an example of this. One second. I'm gonna focus on this shoe before I start yapping and have to pull up an example. Okay, this is good. This is fine. Okay, I think the whole shape of the shoe is honestly just a little bit wonky, which is throwing me off. But I think I'm going to leave it here. Just like in another way, if I'm not trying to be lazy, I just think this is acceptable for my purposes right now, and I've already done a lot of studying with the artwork, so I'm not doing anything crazy by saying I'll focus on it later. Although I'm going to I want to work on this side strap a little more. I'm really interested to see how the choices I've made will fare in Live 2D, though. I think this is going to be this is going to be a really good learning project for me. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna decide what to tackle next before I commit to any kind of forward motion. Because I really don't know if I'm going to continue anymore today. It's just a very exhausting process. There honestly might come a point where, like with the line art, I finish the rest of this off stream just because it's really stressful and exhausting. Yeah, I do think I might do the rest of this off stream. It is quite exhausting. Okay, so let me see what I can do to show you what I mean about. Okay, if I take off my jacket, you see my lovely funky fresh, and I do a little bit of zooming in, not zooming out. You see, so my chest here, I don't know if you can see my my cursor, but my chest piece, the breathing, this part that's breathing right now, is a different texture. It's a different piece of artwork than the shoulder. You can already see during the breathing animation, there's a little bit of conflict with the line art, that the lines don't match up perfectly, so use that as your point of reference. Which is my bad. I did my best, really. This was my first, like, self-model that I think I just, like, finished, you know. Like, I did the first model of myself was a chest up, and I used that just to learn Live 2D with my instructor. And this was the first time I fully finished my model, whereas I had many other models I made to practice. Like, I made one of Miku, I made one of a grandma character that I loved. Anyways, I'm getting off track. And I paid attention to all the details, so I don't know how I missed this little conflict here, but, this shoulder bit. See, okay, perfect example. I can't go in anymore. You can see very slightly there's some lighting here on the side of the arm. It's slightly shaded light. And then that's not consistent with the shading of the chest piece here. This top bit of the shoulder, where it slopes down, you can see it cuts off. And then there's lighting on this side and no lighting on the top of the shoulder. So it's things like that. Like, if you shade too heavily, that can be really inconvenient. I don't know what size I was. Gotta keep myself consistent. But it's stuff like that. Give me back my jacket. There's stuff like that that's like, I noticed a lot of models have one consistent uniform color for that reason. Like, the shading on the jacket here is pretty minimal. It is all the same shade of pink except where I've lit up. Which works a lot better on the jacket because the sleeves are white. It doesn't matter about lighting continuity, and honestly, they look a lot better here with breathing as well. It's just really hard to rig something that affects multiple layers of clothing. Like, I don't blame myself that I messed up the shoulders and the breathing underneath the jacket, which is on 99% of the time. But let me see. Yeah. Yeah, it's just hard to kind of tell what I'm wanting. A lot of the time colors are uniform because they run into other textures. How much detail, how much depth can I shade with? That's something that I'm really trying to study. And I don't know if this model is going to be easy to study that specific process with. I don't know. because there definitely are part, like the sleeves are going to conjoin, the chest is going to conjoin with the sleeves. Like it's not going to be a question of how will I it's not going to be a question of whether or not it's going to be an issue. It's not a question of how to put them together. It's a question of in how much depth can I shade? Because I really, really want to start investing in more painterly, detailed, shaded, like deeply shaded models. I actively want that. How can I do that while not having the sleeve coloration be a conflict, for example? Although it applies to everything in the model. The legs are going to be an issue. The hair, especially, the hair is the biggest thing. Like, the hair is something I've never, ever been able to master. I keep trying to work it out with my clients who like to draw their own models. Like, I don't know. The hair is a nightmare. So that's going to be something. I might come back and do hair on stream if I cross that bridge and realize, oh, this could be a good learning moment on stream. But for now, I know it's been a short one. This was like less than an hour, but for now, I'm going to leave it here just because it's really stressful and I've done what I can. I've done what I wanted to. It's exhausting and annoying, and it's annoying me. It's getting on my nerves. So I'm going to do the rest of this off stream, and I will return for rigging because rigging is much more enjoyable. I'll be much less stressed while trying to rig on stream as opposed to drawing. So thank you so much to everyone who came by, gave me a little visit. I hope you all have a lovely, lovely day. Thank you so much. Hold on. Anything else I want to say? I can't figure out. I think that's all. I'm just, it's a pleasant day. Go enjoy your day. Thank you so much for joining me. It means a lot. And I will see you later.